Oh, happy day. Y'all, did you miss me? All right. So I'm asking you the question, are you drained? Because your girl feel tired, I am tired. Let me see, can I turn off these notifications? Bam! Notifications off. FYI, before you go live, make sure you turn your phone on Do Not Disturb. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Whew. Listen, I'm having one of them hair days, people. Yeah. That's why I'm like, I am not about to take all this time on no hair today. Shout out to Generational Turnaround Summit that's happening in September. It's a nonprofit organization that helps individuals who have been incarcerated and now is released, and then families of people who are or have been incarcerated, and bring them together to tell their stories and also provide resources for them. So it's Generational Turnaround. They have a podcast on CTR Media Network where they share their stories. So check them out. Check them out by Dr. Judy Ambrose. And an amazing, amazing woman. So check her out. But yes, I'm talking. We may start on this topic, but then we may go on another topic. Whew. So, as you guys know, I have been busy. I'm home now, going back and forth to different events locally, interviewing their guests. So, I was thinking, since I'm local, I could do more, right? Let me tell you something. Because I have limits on how many in-person events that I'm going to do, because it can be very draining. And so I thought that it wouldn't be as draining if you did more things home, because you just drive down the road about an hour and a half, come back, and you're straight. Boy, was I wrong. Okay. Whether you're an hour away or 12 hours away interviewing guests and eventees and all this stuff like that. It doesn't matter the distance. You're still doing the same amount of work or more, right? So I'm here to tell you. So I scheduled, my assistant and I scheduled out a whole lot of different events. And literally, I didn't even think about that. I didn't have any break in between. So I've been going nonstop working about 14, 17 days or something like that. Whoo! So Monday, I was in the bed resting because I almost lost my voice. So what tends to happen when I'm interviewing a lot, going to events, public speaking, if I don't take a break in between, I lose my voice, right? So I be sounding like Barry White in here. My voice get real deep, like, hey, y'all, how y'all doing? And so I am not 100% right now. And so what do you do if you work a traditional 9-to-5 job, or if you are an entrepreneur, public speaker, podcaster, entertainer, whatever, like I am? I am not an entertainer, but I do entertain you, because I like to say that I like to make you laugh, like to make you smile instead of cry. But when it's time to be serious, I'm serious. So if you are watching right now, which I see that you are, tell me hello. How are you doing on today, Tuesday? Like literally, I interviewed 17 people in 2 days. 17, 19 people in 2 days. And then went out of town to interview another person, and then virtually interviewed some people. So in a span, I did a lot of interviewing. And so I'm so happy that season 10 of the Tina Ramy Show has finally come to an end. It was supposed to have been last month, but we had this big event that we needed to do. And so I am so glad it's the end. And then September 5th, we start the Tina Ramy Show season 11, which is a total flip spin on what we normally do. So for 10 seasons, we been interviewing everyday people doing extraordinary things in business, wellness, education, and life. So for season 11 and moving forward, we are focusing on one thing and one thing only: entrepreneurship. And it's a requirement. Like the only requirement, or I would say that I require people to be a featured guest on my show, was that they have to be making some sort of positive impact in the world, right? Whether big or small. Season 11 onward, I'm looking for a very specific type of guest. So it's guests that are 6, 7, and 8-figure earners. And I am going to be asking them those questions to help the ones who desire to make 6, 7, and 8 figures, what type of mindset they had to have, what kind of challenges they have had, how can you solve this problem, XYZ. So it's going to be more educational lifestyle, not educational lifestyle, entrepreneurship lifestyle TV show. So we're still going to be doing podcasting, but we're more focused on the TV side, moving in season 11. So what do you do when you are drained? Because I am literally so drained. So I do have a place to go at this Saturday, but after that, I do not plan to. I don't care what's going on. I'm just going to have to say no so I can rest my body. But being that I already committed to do this next event, I'm going to go ahead and do it. But anything else, I'm like, no, because I got to rest my body. Because I could tell when my body gets to that point that, and who knows, I may not go to, I want to meet the people Saturday, but if my body be like, no ma'am, I'm gonna listen to my body, because your body give you signals, okay? And so I'm gonna be pretty much laying low this week. And that's why you see I'm not really doing too much. Just put this headband on. I'm like, listen, they just got to see this right here. This better than wearing a bonnet. At least it kind of got a little bit of flavor. So let's talk about this. So what happens when you are out in the sun, you're going to and fro and all that, doing different things? You're not really constantly thinking about drinking drinks and stuff. So you can easily get dehydrated. And when you get dehydrated, you can feel dizzy, you can feel foggy thinking, you can get nausea, you can start regurgitating, all kind of different things when you are dehydrated. And it does different things to different people. But I have been loving these liquid IV, because this bad boy, one little, and it's not expensive. So I think it's like, now when this first came out, it was like, you can get like 16 for probably about $16, almost like $1 a piece. But now since it's so popular, it can run, one pack can run like $32 or something like that. But you can find it at Walmart. And I also, in this video, I have the link where you can go and click it. And then they have some discount codes and different stuff like that, and you can buy it. So right now, you can, if you're watching this video live, or even if you're watching the replay, we have a link. Not in the comments, you'll see it displayed on the video. You click that and it'll take you to these. All of my friends who I put them on to this, their mothers, fathers, children, well, not young children, I'm talking about teenagers. They love it. And it don't taste bad. They have different flavors: lemon, watermelon, grape, passion fruit. They have all kind of things. Fruit punch. I prefer the lemon. That's just my preference. We do have my children like strawberry and all that stuff like that. So basically what you do, you take one packet of this, you put it in let me make sure I tell it to you right, because I kind of do it my own way, but I want to tell you the right way. I think it's 16-ounce cup of water, and you pour it in, and then of course you mix it, and then you drink it. And so what it does, it hydrates you. So if you are an athlete, if you're just a regular person that know you're not drinking enough water, it hydrates you. You can easily put these packets in when you're traveling. And so when you drink one of these, it is like drinking 3 or 2.5 cups of water. And so if you're a person who don't like drinking water, I feel that this is a great thing. I love drinking water, so it's no big deal to me. But a lot of times water don't have the nutrients like it used to have. So you need electrolytes. And so this is very good. Liquid IQ. If you want your girl to be a brand's ambassador, hunty, call me. I'll be glad, because I've been using this for at least 7 months and I absolutely love it. That's why I'm showing it to you now. Now, when you do click the link, that is an affiliate link. So, anywho, but anyway, it is a great product. So, I drink that when I am feeling excessively drained, when my body is feeling like, if I'm working, which I am today, I work in spurts. So maybe I work 20, 45 minutes and I take a break. Sometimes I will take a sleep, because I'm an entrepreneur and I take breaks when I want to take it, and so I would do that. And then sometimes I would just cancel appointments and reschedule them, or have my executive assistant reschedule the appointments, because you have to take care of your health, right? Like today will not be a full day because I am drained, right? And so normally I will give myself such a hard time if I couldn't work the amount of hours that I normally would work. I would give myself a very hard time. But I have found that even if you are drained and you push yourself past capacity, you're still not giving out quality work. So I am all about quality work, quality experience for my clients. And so if I see that it's just not working now, if it's a particular deadline, like I have some deadlines, that's the only reason why I'm at this computer right now, because I have some deadlines. And even in that case, I may push it back and just give my clients some extra little things, because physically my body is just tapped out. And so what do you do when you feel drained? Do you rest, or do you keep pushing your body to you max out your full capacity? Okay. You're not a robot. I'm not a robot. And so you have to learn how to say no. You have to learn how to give your body the rest that it needs. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you don't give your body the rest that it needs, and you consistently over maximize your capacity, your body will give out on you. And so, and I learned that the hard way. And so that's why you didn't see me yesterday. And you wouldn't be seeing me today if I wasn't at this computer, because hunty, your girl want to go back to bed. I will go back to bed after this live and just take me a little small nap, because I feel sleepy. But anyway, hello, Micah. Welcome to the live. Where you tuning in from, love? Where you tuning in from? Ooh, let me tell you, I'm gonna have to go in here and go get this water, because we have this water that they call God's water. Have y'all ever heard of God's water? And if you haven't, it's a whole story about it. Hey, we got somebody on from Iran. What time is it? Because you a whole day ahead of us in the United States. So, hello, Sonnet. Hi. Okay, I see that some of our team is hopping on. CTR Media Network says hi. And so, it's this water called God's water. And you can get it, and it's different places where you can get this water for absolutely free. And basically, I don't want to tell the story wrong, so just Google it. So this water has all the different minerals and all. I mean, it's really good. And you can get the water for free, because the guy that actually provides the water, he willed the land to God. So therefore the water and stuff, he did not want to charge for it. And so people come from all over the United States to go get this water. I mean, we get our jugs, we get our jars, and we go out there and we just fill it up. This water is so good, and so you can really feel the difference with your health and wellness. And so we travel to go get it. It's like an hour and a half or 2 hours away from out from our home, and it's in Blackwell, South Carolina. It's either Blackwell or Blackville. I got to look it up. Black something. And they have different ones all the way around. Hey, Carl. He said, what's up? We have A in the building. Hi. You asked me, do I like Iran? Why wouldn't I? It's good people all over the world. I mean, I love everyone, but I especially love the ones who are good-natured people. And it don't matter what part of the country you're from. You can find good people and not so good people all over the world. So I'm not going to dislike someone or somebody just from the location that they're in. I mean, no. So yeah. I don't have anything against anyone or any country, because it's good people and not so good people everywhere. So what I want you guys to do is to hit that like button so I know that you're there. Go ahead and hit it. And if you have not subscribed yet to this channel, to our YouTube channel, go ahead and hit that notification bell, and hit that subscribe button, because we're going to be doing some good things. And if you are just a watcher, you're not going to be able to participate in some of our giveaways that's coming your way very soon. Thank you for the 3 people. We're up to 4. We're up to 4 likes on this video. Come on, people. I know we can at least get 10. Come on. Thank you, Lydia. Lydia said, I hit it. So, but yeah, so the water actually helps with so many different things. I can't tell you, because you got to be careful what you say about health and wellness. So I will encourage you, if you see any of those healings, they call them healing springs. If you see any of those healing springs, then you go check it out. You will be surprised. I love going out there and speaking to the different people, all walks of life, older people, younger people, and they all have their testimony, their story about what the water has done for them and why they keep going. Then you have people that drink the water, but due to distance, a lot of people in their neighborhood can't come. So they literally make it a ministry, and they go and fill up truckloads full of water. Truckloads, and then they give it out for free. Right? Because we got the water for free. I feel like when you get certain things, certain blessings for free, like that water, I feel like you shouldn't be charging for it. Like, I know some people are always looking for an opportunity to maximize and make money, right? But I feel like that water should be off limits. If that man's dying wish was to make the water and called it God's healing water, right? Healing springs, and he willed the land to God, so that the people, all of us, regardless of race, color, religion, your political aspirations, he did it so that you could get the water for free, because he saw that it was a benefit to help your health and wellness. I feel like this man dying wish, that's what he wanted, right? I feel like if you are going down there to get the water for your family or whatever, or the community, you shouldn't be charging people for it. You got it for free. Now, that's just my personal opinion. Now, people can do what they want to do, because there ain't no set rule about what you're supposed to do and what you don't supposed to do. But that's just my thing. And they call it God's healing water. And, I heard and read different stories about it. And my husband, for a while, he was getting on me like, we need to go get this water. We need to go get this water. And I was like, I'm busy. I don't want to take that ride. I was thinking about the ride. I was like, I don't know. And, I was hurting. I was feeling so bad. And he was like, no, we're going to get this water. I heard a lot of people testimony about this water. We're going to get this water. Listen, that water, whew, what a blessing. That's all I got to say. So if you have any healing springs close to your area, you need to make a trip over there just to test it out to see how it do for you. I met so many amazing people. Literally, I saw people hunched over, walking in pain. They went and drank it. It's like coming straight up out the ground. And they drank the water. And then about time they drank the water and stood up and talked, they walking straight up and no pain. I'm serious. I saw with my own eyes. I was like, it's something up with this water. But that's just my opinion. Thank you, Pause and Dog. Hit that. You hit the subscribe button. So today I'm wearing Generation Turnaround. You will see me spotlighting different businesses and nonprofits. I'll wear their merch and different stuff like that because I am a brand ambassador for multiple brands. But then I just have organizations and places that I would just give them a shout out. I'll go see that they have, because I love t-shirts. So I see they have a t-shirt and I see what they stand for. And I'm like, okay, I'll go buy the t-shirt to patronize their business and pay for it myself. And then I'll surprise them that I'm wearing it. So this is Generation Turnaround. They're also a TV show and podcast that you can watch. Their nonprofit organization is all about pulling people together who have either got family members that have been incarcerated or still is incarcerated for them to tell their stories, or they are newly released. Or maybe not newly released. They're no longer in prison, and they're coming to tell their story. Right? They're claiming and they are releasing and they are helping and sharing their testimony. And these different people, they decided with their life, even after that situation happened, that they was going to make good with their life. And one of the main things that they are doing with all these people that I see, they're taking their life as a testimony, but then they're turning around and making a positive impact in the world. All right. And so if you find yourself in a situation where you found yourself like in prison or whatever, that's not the end of your life. Okay. You can use your life as a living, breathing testimony in order to help someone else avoid what happened to you or inspire them through seeing you moving and grooving in a positive, productive way, changing your life around that can motivate somebody else to do the exact same thing. They may not have your same situation, but they may be lost. They may feel like, no, they can't. And so seeing people's stories is very, very, it's good. So we have Adumla, if I said it right, said, let's go. Thank you, CTR. We promote love, not politics. I do that in my private. I don't get into that on any type of platform. I do talk about it, but privately with friends, family, business associates, or whatever like that. This is all about fun, love, education. You'll see me joke around too, because I do believe that people need to smile. Okay, we just need to smile. You don't know, by giving a person a good word or smiling at them or saying something to make them smile, you never know what kind of mental situation where they're in. I remember one time I spoke at an event. I had just got out the hospital, but God told me, you need to go speak at this event. And I was like, literally just got the hospital the day before. And like it was a life and death situation, but I lived because God brought me through. Woo! This was a couple years ago. And I didn't understand why, but I went anyway. Had no idea that someone was planning on unliving themselves. You got to be, that's the way I got to say it while I'm online. And through hearing my testimony and my story, that person gave life another chance. And so I knew, even though it was hundreds and hundreds of people, because that event went viral. It was hundreds and hundreds of people in that event. But I knew I was there just for that one person, for them to hear the words from my mouth, because sometimes it's that one person that you don't know. It could be a complete stranger that say a word to you or say something that hits you in a different type of way that'll make you give life another try. It'll make you, if you are stagnant, it'll make you start moving again. And so that one person, so I knew I went there for that one person. Let's see. Shay 85 says, I'm in Georgia. Oh, she said, I'm in Georgia. They have a place here where you can go, and they have a one jug rule. Those lines be so long. Okay, well then you need to go to it's either Blackville or Blackwell, South Carolina. I think it's Blackville. That's where I go. My husband and I, and they have no one jar. I mean, you can fill up, like literally, we fill up when we go. I think we get fill up 15 5-gallon jars. I mean 5-gallon jugs, the big jugs. So I think we have about 12 to 15 that we go fill up, 5 gallons each. You think that's a lot? They had one family out there that had a truck, and then they had a thing hooked up to the back of their truck. So they had like 30 5-gallon jugs on the flatbed. Then they had their truck, and then they filled the back of their truck. So they probably had about 55-gallon jugs. There's no limit over there. Like, you can fill as much as you want. Then you have some people that go in and just fill up water bottles. We met a guy from Georgia, Atlanta, and he said he goes every 4 months. He goes to Blackville every quarter, and he fill up all of these jugs. Like, he had like a big van. I mean, he was filling up. So it's no limit over there in Blackville. Oh, and they do charge. What you mean, Shay? They charge, girl? They don't charge us over here. I mean, that's just my opinion, Shay. I feel like if a person, if it's their land, I don't know the story over there on Georgia, who actually over there, but I know the person I don't know the person, but the person who got the land over there in Blackville, it was their dying wish that the water remain free. So that's why he willed the land to God. Therefore, the water and everything on it is free to the general public, because he believed in that water so much and saw what it did. And so I personally feel like if someone is getting water like that, and you have no limit, and you see how it's helping, I feel like you shouldn't be trying to make no profit off of something that someone that went through all these extremes to make sure that it's free for the general public. I feel like that's disrespectful. I feel like, now this is me. I mean, let me preface this. This is me. This is my person, man. I feel like God ain't looking at that favorably. Like, my child willed this to me to make sure that all of you, the people who lived in that time period with him, as well as people who, like us, generations and generations and generations later, could have access, no matter what color your skin, no matter where you're coming from, no matter your education, no matter your background, no matter your income, no matter what kind of car you drive. Make sure that if you can get there and you can fill it up, you fill up. I feel like, me personally, I'll be scared to charge somebody for something like that. I'd be scared God gonna be like, excuse you, Miss Lady, why you charging for something that is free with this water, right? But there's no set rule, quote unquote. That's just how I personally feel about it. And so, I mean, and the water is so good, so I can see why people want to do it. But I fear God in a healthy way. I'm like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that's approved. That's just how I feel. I'm like, This man went through all these extremes to make sure it's free, and willed it to God, and then you gonna make a profit off of it when he ain't made no profit. I be looking at people's side. I be like, it'd be shame, something like that, to hold you out the kingdom of God because you trying to be greedy about some water. But that's just me. People can do what they want to do. So, Mallory said, I say yes or no if you want me to subscribe. Say yes or no. Yes or no, because I want you to subscribe. Hey, yes or no. Yes or no, because I want you to subscribe. Okay. Oh, Shay Shay said, smell like suffers in the area, but the benefits of the water is worth it. I don't like that we should have to pay either, but these days everyone wants a profit from something. Yeah, they do. They do. They do. And see, I don't know the story, Shay Shay, of Georgia. I just know the story of Blackville. I know a guy told me that I thought Blackville was the only area that had this healing springs water, right? But he told us that it was different pockets around that had these waters. With that being said, I don't know any of the history over there with Georgia on I don't know if they connected. I don't know if it was owned by the same family. I don't know that story. I just know what's going on over here in Blackville. And so it may just be a whole different family that own that land, and they can decide to do whatever they want to do with their land, just like over here. But when I heard the story and people was like, well, Tina, can you go get me some? I said, honey, we go down there once every 2 to 3 months now, because that water will hold us that long because we get so much. And every time like I travel and go places, I carry my own water. And because once you have that good water, it's hard to drink other water because you taste the impurities. And it does something. So you be like, ooh, this don't taste right. Like, ooh, you know. And so I use that along with these IVs. And let me tell you, it's like, it gives me so much energy. And so, like I'm saying, like, I'm drained now, but I know once, I haven't drank my IV yet, but I will drink this a little bit later because I'll be like, whoa, like the Flash, right? And so I will be drinking this after I get off this live with y'all, you know, to rejuvenate me, because I know I'm dehydrated because it's so hot here in the South. Like, oh my God. Like, it is hot. You can fry eggs, some bacon, some grits, like flip some pancakes on the pavement and it'll cook for you. That's how hot it is. I'm like, Even the animals that's supposed to be outside, they don't want to be out there right now because it's too hot for them. I literally saw a bird panting like this because they were so hot. I'm like, I don't know what's going on outside, but the bugs don't want to be outside. The animals that supposed to be outside don't want to be outside. Nobody want to be outside because it's just unseasonably, unrealistically hot. It's just don't make any sense how hot it is outside. Like, it's too hot. It's literally too hot. Like, I had to cancel all these outside events that we was going to participate in because literally I was trying to get to the event and got sick. I was like, oh my God, it's too hot. Like, I overheated. And I was like, listen, I love what I do, but I love my life more. I'm like, I am sorry. If you have something on the inside, you can say, I'll come. But if it's on the outside, Tina not coming. It's too hot. And this heat will sneak up on you. Before you know it, you overheated, and it can be a life and death. I got to be careful not saying certain words because they'll cut off the live. But it'll be a situation that is not good, okay? And so little children, babies, as well as elderly, we can easily overheat. But everybody at this point, so be careful. Do stuff that has electrolytes in it to be able to help you boost your, to keep you good. Eat a lot of fresh fruit and vegetables because fruits have natural water in it. So if you're eating fruit and then you're turning around and it has water in it, it's helping you because kids love popsicles. So give them popsicles too. Like anything to keep you hydrated, because it is dangerously hot right now. Dangerously hot. And so I'm seeing so many people just getting sick and overheating, including myself. So I'm like, let me get myself together. I'll be like, listen, I regret to inform you that I had all the good intentions to come to this outside event. But due to the unseasonably hot weather, it's damaging not only to my health, but my staff. Because I don't want to put them into a situation where they get sick. Because when we out and we're podcasting and interviewing and streaming live and walking around it. That's a lot of work. And carrying equipment and all that. I'm like, I ain't putting my staff in no bad situation. We just do it virtually if it's no other way, or you got to be inside a building with air conditioning, not no building without it. We got, because it's just too hot. It's just too hot. Shay J says that she wished they didn't have to pay. I wish y'all didn't have to pay either. Hey, Bijet, 1030. Almost at 10 likes. Come on, smash that like. Smash that like. We want to get to double digits. Come on, 10. 10. I'm waking you guys up this morning. Okay, let me see. Louise Zetto, if I'm saying it right. What do I do? In a nutshell, I am a TV podcast host and producer. So when you see people doing podcasting, streaming TV, because it's different forms of TV producing. I am not the Netflix, the Hulu, no, even though I get invitations to put my stuff on Hulu. But I don't do that. What I do is Roku TV. We do OTT. OTT is over the top TV. So you'll see Roku TV, you'll see online TV, which is linear. Linear means it lives on social media. So you can go to CTR Media Network and watch some of our podcasts and TV shows. It rolls 24/7, 7 days a week. So I actually help produce or stream some of that stuff. I am a host. I'm an MC. I'm an author, a 4-time best-selling author. I am an international public speaker. So you will see me going in and speaking because I'm what they call an inspirational speaker. What is an inspirational speaker? It is a person that come in and inspire you. They motivate you, but they make you feel real good, but then they come along and give you tangible tips and strategies in order to get you from point A to point B. That's what I do. Okay. And I've been doing that for over a decade now. And then I'm also a community leader, which just basically means I'm out in the community doing works, various different things in various different capacities on the needs of the community that I'm in. It doesn't necessarily have to be South Carolina, because you'll see me in Georgia, you'll see me in Tennessee, you'll see me virtually, even though I just got invited to go to Spain, but I don't feel like traveling that far right now. I got invited to go to Dubai. I don't feel like going out the country right now. Listen, I just got invited last week to Spain. I don't feel like getting on the plane all that long time. So I may do something for them virtually because your girl just tired. Like, I'm like, no, I don't feel like being on no plane that long, away from my family and stuff that long. Not this time. Like, I'm in this season where I do it virtually sometime, and I'll travel out. Like, the farthest I have traveled out, it has been about 12 hours one way. So it takes 24 hours to get there and back. So I would do that. I don't like 12-hour rides because I can't get on the plane, but the plane is a whole different situation because the amount of equipment that we have and how some of the people who work for the airlines, they do not care about your luggage, and they just throw equipment that costs thousands of dollars, cameras, tripods, computers, all the stuff that we have to carry in order to have a live show, and they take your bag and just throw it and break your stuff. It gives me OCD, like, and anxious, because I be like, please, do you know how much equipment is in that bag? Do not throw that bag down. But you can't control what they do. And then you see your stuff all broke up, and then you're going through all this trouble trying to get them to pay for it. It's just aggravating. So I would rather just get in the car and travel if it takes 12 hours to ride, so that I can keep my eyes on my stuff and my crew, my team, they're with me. So I'm never by myself. I always have people with me all the time, bodyguard, all that kind of stuff when I'm traveling out. Because I'm a little short. I'm a short woman. People think I'm so tall, then when they meet me, they be like, "You're so short. You're a little woman." Yeah, but I have a big old bodyguard. Big old tall bodyguard, right? So yeah, like I'm short, but he's not. I'm small, but he's not. And I have people, and also our team. So I never travel by myself because it's just not safe for you to be up and down the road by yourself in today's time anyway. And so I don't. So anytime you see me, yeah, I have me a little small entourage, a little small one, which the entourage is the crew and also bodyguard. Because once you get to this level, you just can't be traveling by yourself out 24/7. Because you got to keep your safety in mind. Even though for the most part, the people who follow us are so amazingly awesome, but then you have some people that you just don't know quite what's in their head. They just have venom in them for no reason. They don't even know you. So you got to be cautious when you are a public figure. Okay. So, and the thing that I love the most about what I do is that I am in education. So I love helping parents with children with autism, developmental delay, special needs, because I am a mother of a child that have, when he was small, developmental delay. He's still high functional autistic. He has severe dyslexia, right? And so many professionals told me, you're wasting your time trying to homeschool him and teaching him because he only going to develop to a 7-year-old mindset, right? Oh, we have 11 likes. Thank you guys. And thank you for hitting that subscribe. And thank you for commenting and sharing. And so, but I knew God had a plan, right? And so I was like, you don't know the God that I serve. So you ain't gonna be speaking that negative stuff over my child's life. I tell you what, this list of things that you're telling me my son will never be able to do, we're gonna show you that he's gonna, not only will he be able to do it, he's gonna thrive at the things that we need to do, okay? Meaning we may have to go about it a different way because his brain works differently. And some things he may not be as good as, but everybody not great at everything. And so, but we're going to get it done. We may have to use different equipment, different software, different things to adjust the curriculum in order to fit his unique needs. But guess what? He will graduate. He will not go to school for 21 years and get a certificate instead of a diploma. My child will graduate and get a diploma. And guess what? Just this June 1st, he graduated and walked the stage and got a diploma. And guess what? He graduated on time. High functional autistic, severely dyslexic. My son had to use different little gadgets in order to help him maneuver, to help him with the autism, to help him with the dyslexia. But we get to point A to point B. So I love helping parents to be able to bring out the full potential in their children, whether they're a child, whether they're children or young adults, because many times parents or guardians who have children that falls into the special needs category, they pretty much give up. They don't have anybody that really understands how they feel. They feel lost. They're afraid. They want the best for their children, but they just don't know what that will look like within the limitations that they do have. They don't know about different services that's available. So that's what I do. That is my heart. I have always been that person that loved to be a voice for the voiceless, okay? Because I remember how I felt. I didn't have support other than my husband, my mother, my father, of course, his sister. But I'm talking about support from knowing that these resources was out here to be able to help your child, right? Knowing the proper terminology that's needed to be used in order for you to avail yourself to be able to apply and get successfully go through the process to be able to get approved for various different things to be able to help your child, and how to know different pieces of the law and use it as leverage to get the things that your child is entitled to your children to have. Okay. And that's whether your child's special needs or not, because there are laws about education. We just don't use them. And other people use them, but we don't use them. Right. And so just bringing that to light. And that's what I love to do. Shay Shay says she's going to Myrtle Beach tomorrow. Yes, go to Myrtle Beach. If you get, wait a minute, Shay Shay, Myrtle Beach have free water. Girl, They have some of them healing springs. I need to know about that, hunty. I need to get all the people together who have these healing springs all over so we can have us a little roadmap so we can be telling these people about this water, honey. I'm going to say dodo, but it might be do. I don't want to say the other word. It says, what's your thoughts on the purpose of life? My thoughts? I feel that everybody has purpose in life. I feel that we all have purpose. We all have something that is unique to us that we can do. It's the same thing that somebody else can do, but I feel personally that God gave everyone an extra secret sauce. So I may be a podcaster, you may be a podcaster, but it's something that you do within the podcasting arena that makes you unique. And you actually add more value to the industry based upon your uniqueness of whatever that gift is. The same thing I feel about education or whatever you're doing. I feel that everybody on the face of the planet, and this is not based on education, this is not based on the color of your skin, this is not based on how much money you make. This is just based on being just simply a human being. I feel that everybody has something. Everybody has something, but there are some people that have multiple things, multiple gifts. They excel at a lot of different things very, very well. But then I feel like everybody has at least one thing that makes them uniquely them. Everybody. The problem is that most of us don't tap into it, because once we get to a certain age, we stop dreaming. Once we get to or something happen in our life that stops or derails what we or how we felt about ourselves, we stop believing in ourselves. So I feel that everybody has it, but everybody don't have the ability to tap into it, nor everybody don't see themselves as a person that can be gifted. But the God that I serve, I know that everybody that's breathing on this, watching this live right now, it's something that you can do that no one else can do it as good as you. It's something that you can say. It's something that you can do. It's something. Think about it. It's something that you is naturally good at that people can use. Most of us, because we're so in a haste of just trying to survive. Just trying to survive. And if you are a parent, or if you're a child taking care of your parents, or grandparents taking care of grandchildren, or a friend taking care of a friend's child, because trust and believe, it's some situations in this world where people are going through some things. Some deep things. You may even be homeless right now watching this live video. And due to your current situation, your brain is blocked, where you're not allowing yourself to see yourself outside of your current situation. I tell people when I go speak to them, and I go to inside the homeless shelters and speak with people all the time. And the very first thing that I tell the ones when I go into these homeless shelters is that your present situation is not the outcome of your life. This is the beginning of the outworking of you finding your purpose, changing your life, and being able to find your people that you are on this earth to help. Do not allow this one distinct situation in your life to define everything about you. Do not feel like you're a failure because you're homeless. Do not feel like you're a failure because you had to move back in with your parents, or you had to move in with a friend, or you had to move into a shelter. Do not feel like you less than because maybe your car got repoed, or maybe because you can't afford enough food to eat. Your current situation do not dictate who you are at your core. It is just a situation. And if we start realizing that everything that we go through is just a situation, and most importantly, it's temporary. Let me say that again. Your worst fears and what you are currently going through now, if it is not ideal and you feel like you are failing right now, I need you to listen to me right now. I need you to understand that it is temporary. Do not waddle in a temporary situation and giving it permanent space in your mind, heart, and brain. Stop it. It is just a temporary situation that you are going through right now, but you will not be in that situation forever, not unless you allow yourself to be in that situation forever, because you have the power within you to change the outcome of your life right now. And to me, that is purpose. When you realize the strength and the power that you have within you to change your current situation in such a way that it changed your life. And then this is the purpose. When you can go within yourself to change your current situation, to be able to create for yourself the future that you know you deserve. And then by you creating that future that you know you deserve, then your life has intentionally and purposely changed everybody that comes behind you after that. So if your family was going through financial struggle, if your family seemed like stuff is going on with you all the time, negative, and you finally figured out and fixed your life, and now you have 10 toes down. You're great. You're doing what you need to do. Now your life has changed. Your family that comes behind you, they see that. Now you change that circle. Now you're walking on a different path, a different line of purpose, because now you have the tools, now you have the experiences, now you have the strategies, and now you understand why you're here. People who understand why they're on the earth, they understand their assignment. It is a different walk. It's a different stride, that even when you're going through situations that is not ideal, you know that that is just a temporary situation to get you to your end goal. So yes, you might be going through something right now. Yeah, we all do. But I need you to understand today that that's just temporary. Don't you allow a temporary situation to have permanent residence in your mind, heart, and brain to make you change the trajectory of your future, because you're so locked into the current, and it's just temporary. If you look at every bad situation or every non-ideal situation in your life as temporary, it will shift your brain to know that I have the power to change this. I don't like it. And not only do I don't like it, I'm going to change it. And guess what? It don't necessarily have to start with money. Guess where it starts at? With your mind. Changing your mind. And when you change your mind, you can change your life. Many of the reasons why we are trapped is because our mind is trapped. Okay? Stop it. Stop it. I used to be so trapped. I used to be so caught up in what happened, the traumas that happened to me in my life, the situations that happened to me in my life in my past. I used to be so uneasy, so not at peace, feeling inadequate, unworthy, hated the sound of my voice, did not like to see myself on camera, felt like I did not deserve to be here, felt like life, why me, God? That was me. But now I understand. And that's why I say, since I got like up in these 40s, my mind, it's like I have so much wisdom now. It's like I tapped into another stratosphere where I'm like, this what it was all this time. You mean to tell me my words hold power? And a lot of my problem was because I was speaking the wrong things. I was thinking the wrong things. I was reading the wrong things. I was listening to the wrong type of music. Once you start realizing that everything that you do have a direct impact on you from a mental, spiritually, physical, financial, emotional standpoint, and then you start shifting what you watch, what you listen to, who you're around, how you do things, how you think about yourself, how you react to negative situations. Okay? You heard it. How you react to them. Because you can't control negative and bad things happening, because that's just life. That's what called being a human being. That's called living in a world with different people. Some people just going to be just angry and jealous and negative just to be negative, and they see that your light is shining and they just want to put a dark light on it, right? Not a dark light. They want to try to take your light, take your joy. That just happens. Just like it's beautiful people out there that just want to add to it and enhance your life. It's a dark side, it's a good side. It's a bright and it's a darkness, right? But you determine how you going to respond or not respond to the negative things. That's why when you see me on lives and people saying negative things, I know the control. I control how I react to these people. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect. So let me just give a little disclaimer. I'm not perfect. Sometimes they catch me on one of them days like, don't mess with me. Don't try me. And then I might lean into telling them a thing or three. But then after that, I pray about it. And then I say, okay, God, what am I not doing that I allow that negative thing to permeate, to get into? I must be got a crack in my suit of armor. I must be something that I need to fix. It must be a situation that I don't see that I need to fix. And then I go back and I analyze and I think about what I was doing the day before. And I'm like, oops, wait a minute. Okay, I got to remove this. Oh, I got to shift this person. Oh, wait a minute. This is not a good idea. Oh, okay. Shift the thing around and then I move, okay? You're not going to be perfect at it because none of us perfect. Some of us think we perfect. That's a whole different conversation. And your girl not going to go there right now. But nobody's perfect. So you're going to have situations where you don't react the way that I deal because you're human and you only can take but so much people coming at you in a negative way before you lash out. But when you lash out and lose temporary control, don't let it be a consistent thing, right? Oh, thank you, Shay, subscribe. Shay, subscribe. Shay, subscribe. She subscribed to me. She subscribed to us. Fatima said, great voice. Really? Hunty, thank you, baby. Thank you, boo-boo. Thank you. Because listen, I did not like the sound of my voice before, but now I'm at this place in my life. I'm like, if you don't like what you see or you hear, then scroll on by. Because I have a country twang. And if you don't like it, if they don't like it, then they can go. So I love my Fatima. Thank you, Fatima. And everybody else who like, girl, I like that southern twang. Yeah, I'm country. And I realized that the very thing that I disliked about myself is the very thing that people who follow me, they find endearing. They find not only endearing that they love, but they find humorous. They find comfort in seeing my confidence. But let me tell you, I wasn't always like this. It took me 3 years. Let me be real with you. It took me 3 years of self-growth and fulfillment to really understand myself. It took me 3 years. See, some people, they don't be honest with you. They act like when you get on this self-care thing and you get on this purposeful life, they be like, it just happened. Woo, it just like all the lights just say boop, boop, doop, doop, and it just happened. Maybe it happened with them, but honey, it was a journey for me. It was a journey for me. It literally took me 3 years of consistently working on myself, understanding why I reacted. And I'm going to tell you something, what I had to do. We got 14 likes. Go ahead and keep hitting. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I literally had to date myself. Yeah. Did you hear what I said? I literally had to date myself. I had to go on dates with myself. Meaning, I ate food by myself. Many times it's hard for people to do stuff by themselves, like going to a restaurant or sitting down in a meal by yourself, because you feel like you have to have people around you all the time in order for you to have that security blanket, right? I realized that my security blanket was my family, was my husband, was my parents, was my friends and my family, right? And even down maybe having business associates because we did stuff together, right? I realized that I had no identity outside of the works, even though it was great things that I do. I had no identity outside of being a wife, outside of being a mother, outside of being a friend, outside of being a cousin, outside of being a business partner, outside of being a coach, outside of being an advocate, a community advocate. I had no self-identity. My identity for a long time was always attached to a situation or to the people or the community things that I was doing. So I lost myself within my love for people, helping them, but I was so focused on helping everyone else that I never took time to help myself, and I lost myself and didn't realize it until I got so far from the reflection of myself, I didn't even recognize myself anymore. I didn't know my likes. I didn't know my dislikes. I didn't understand why I did not like the sound of my voice. I didn't understand why I had to be around and had to attach myself to all of the organizational things that I love helping the community. I didn't had to attach it to being a wife, attach it to being a mom, attach it to being a friend, attach it to being. I didn't understand why I had attachment issues. Now, with that being said, I've been getting awards and all kind of things for all the work that I've been doing in the community. That's how I received my my 2 honorary doctorate degrees, because of all this work, right? And then international speaker awards, best author award, best podcast, all this stuff, right? But I didn't understand best educator. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand who I was outside of the things and the acts that I did for community. And I think sometimes as a Christian, we get so caught up in doing the works for God that we can lose ourselves. And so it took me 3 years of working on myself to realize who Tina was. 3 years. And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I'm talking about I was angry. I was sad. I was confused. I would cry because I remember I went on a job interview, and I kept going through, when you go through a big corporation to be hired for a corporation, it's not just one interview that you go through. You go through different phases of interviews. So if you do go in the first interview, then they send you to the next interview. And then usually the third interview is when you usually hear and say, hey, you got the job. So I made it through the first interview at Flying Colors, the second interview at Flying Colors, got to the third interview, and then the interviewee, because they were so impressed with me that the CEO and the COO of the company wanted to do the last phases of the interview with me. Because everybody was talking about, she is just amazing, da 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 da, all that stuff. And they was like, we would love to work with you, and we see what you're doing on social media. We really feel that you will be a great asset to whatever it is, because you're genuine, you're authentic, and you talk with the people. The people really like you. And we would love to have you be able to share about our business and brand and all this other stuff like that. And I was a product of the product. So I used their services so I could speak from a pure place, because I was, I purchased their coaching and everything like that. Let me tell you something. I passed everything. They got me to this last question. And they asked me, what would you like to do with your life? What brings you joy? This was a question. What would you like to do with your life that brings you joy? Opposite word, you. I said, I would like to do, and I started listing off things. I would like to expand my ministry work. I would like to expand doing things for community. I would like to build another business. I would like to help my son with XY this, because he was still young then in school. I would like to help my daughter. I would like to help my son. I would like to pay for my parents' home and be able to take care of them, yada, yada, yada. I would like to be able to give more, to help people that are in need. I was going through all these things. And then they said, Tina, I said, what will make you happy and bring you joy? Everything that you said is admirable, everything that you said, but that involves Everything that you said involves other people, other businesses, other organizations that you've been helping. And mind you, everything that you're doing is amazing because we checked it all out. So you're telling the truth. But what is it that you want to do with the rest of your life that will bring you joy, that is not attached to any organization, any community activism, any podcast show, any education, autism awareness, helping people, biblical, whatever? What will make you happy and bring you joy? What do you want to do with the rest of your life? I did not get the job because I did not know myself. They're like, what do you like to do? What do you like to do for fun? What are your hobbies? I was like, well, I like to play board games and karaoke with my kids. I like to go out on, do this. And I started naming some. It was like, I said, you. I lost that job because I removed myself from my life and didn't even realize it until I had that job interview. And right now, thinking about it, get me kind of teary-eyed because that was the moment that I realized I had no identity. In the haste, in the love that I have for people, and even though I got the list and the accolades and the awards and certificates and the certification and 2 honorary doctorate degrees and all of these recognitions, because you will see me in the midst of a lot of amazing things because I love community. I love people, right? And then just to think about that in the haste and in the love of helping others, I lost myself and did not even know it until that job interview. And it's getting me choked up now. And so from that point on, I made a promise to myself that I was going to learn who I was, what I like, what I dislike, and it was going to be detached from all the good works that I have been blessed to do. Who is Tina? If Tina didn't have all the accolades, the awards, all the community work, over 30 years of community work, if that did not exist, if Tina wasn't married, if Tina didn't have children, if Tina wasn't doing all that, who is Tina? Right? And that was a hard pill to swallow. That in the midst of me helping, building, and scaling up other people's business brands, helping communities, speaking on their behalf with autism awareness and special needs advocate, up there helping people with podcasts to start, build, scale up their business using their podcast, making money as a podcaster, as a content creator, helping people produce and start their own TV show and stream, helping people be better speakers, helping them with opportunities, becoming a best-selling author 4 times. Like, being featured on the 63rd Grammy Billboard as an international best-selling author, on the 63rd Grammys Billboard. Yeah, I was on there too. And realized that I didn't even know who I was. That's why I tell you, when I'm your coach, when you're following me, I'm going to be honest with you, because I feel like people are so fake now. They show you the glory, but they don't tell you the entire story. Let me say that again. They show you the glory, but they do not tell you the whole story. They tell you the part that look good. They don't tell you the part when they was in the fetal position crying, wanting to give up. They don't tell you the part when they lost themselves. They don't tell you the part when they lost everything and had to go to ground zero and build that business all the way up from $0. I had to do that. Okay? Lost everything and had to start all the way over from zero. They don't tell you when you get bad deals that take away everything from you and you still have to go to work and smile because you locked into a contract because you didn't understand the words. Because you went in being green, trusting people, saying the words, and then when you thinking the words that they said out their mouth about how this was going to work is actually displayed on the contract. And so you sign it without a lawyer. You sign it without reading it because you trust them. And you didn't come in with no lawyer. They got lawyers, but you don't come in because you trust in them. Because you believe people are genuinely good at heart. And you get yourself locked into years of indentured servitude that you got to work. And you have to do it and smile because you got a gag. You got a gag on you where you can't say anything about it for a certain amount of period of time. Yeah, when I write my self-published book, people waiting on me to write my memoir, but it ain't time yet. And you're locked in and you still have to show up to work. And every time you show up and work, you get more and more in debt because they're making all the money off you and you are bringing nothing. People don't talk about that. I am not your traditional coach. I am not a traditional podcast host, TV producer. I am not the traditional person that's on these social media, I call social media streets, doing these lives. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to make you laugh. Sometimes we're going to cry together. Sometimes we're going to get upset. Okay? Sometimes we're going to agree to disagree. But all in all, I want you to understand the ups, the downs of entrepreneurship, the ups and downs of being an influencer, the ups and downs of when you transition and this is your full-time job. Like, this is what I do for a living. I'm full-time. This is what I do. How does it look? And so how can you avoid some of the pitfalls due to my being naive, not having the right knowledge, lack of knowledge? I'm well educated, but I wasn't educated in that. And I got played too. More than one time. And so that's why I'm so honest with you guys, because I don't want you to have to go through unnecessary things when you start branching on into being an influencer, being a brand ambassador, start signing these contracts. You're a full-time content creator. There are people who understand the power that you hold, and you don't fully understand what you hold. And I don't want you to lose yourself like I lost myself and didn't realize until I was applying for one of the biggest jobs I had in corporate America and made it through everything, the third interview, and got to the last question and did not know who I was outside of the acts of works that I did. And a lot of them I still do. I just don't talk about it. I feel like if you are doing things for the community and you're volunteering your time, you don't need no fanfare. You don't need no accolades. You don't need people to be like, good job. Because I feel like you shouldn't let your right hand know what your left hand doing when it is truly an act of love. Now, some things that I do have to mention because of being a part of nonprofits and doing this and that and third. But I really limit that because I don't really like people knowing all the community things that I do. Because I feel like I did it from my heart. And so there's no need to brag because what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't need nobody saying, go girl. My community work is my community work. I go out there and work just like a person who don't have my accolades, who don't have been in doing this. I go in regular, just like this, no makeup. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you don't have to call me no Dr. Tina. Call me Tina. I use it for my books and when I go on stages. When in professional settings, but we out here working for the people. We out here making a positive impact. You don't got to be doing no Dr. Tina. Yeah, I got to do it when I do my interviews and stuff like that because it's a professional setting and it makes sense. But I'm just Tina at the end of the day. And I just happen to have some letters in front and behind my name. That is all. That is all. Because I know that if you think too much of yourself, God can humble your little behind right quick. Now, I ain't going to start preaching to y'all, but if you want to see a situation where a king in the Bible thought a little too much of himself, his name was King Nebuchadnezzar, and because he thought a little too much of himself, God humbled him down, and he was in the fields, grazing the fields just like a beast of burden, eating grass, nails and grew out, looking all kind of way. You don't need to think too much of yourself. I ain't saying you can't be confident, but know the source, know where all your blessings and all your gifts come from, and give credit where credit is due. God did all that in my life, so you won't see me be like, I need special seating. I'll be like, okay, where you want me to sit? I'll sit in the crowd with the people. It don't bother me none. You better trust me. If I was at an event And people, I love to go an event just regular. And I'm known for this. I will go on an event that I have to speak at. I go a day early. Sometimes I don't. So you won't know all my little moves. I'll go in, especially a place where people don't know who I am. Or they may have saw me, but they really don't know. And I go in an event with regular jeans on. I love wearing Converses. FYI, Converse, give your sister a deal because I love my little Converses. So I go in there with my little Converses on, my little blue jeans, regular, Kmart, Walmart special, Shein special, with a t-shirt. It might be a branded t-shirt. It may be mine, or it may be another business, or it may be a message shirt like love. I like to wear message shirts where it gives you a message to think about, like do all things in love. When I saw that people had so much hate and venom after a political thing that happened in our area in the South, and pretty much people was against each other. They literally was marching and doing all kind of weird things over here in South Carolina. And I saw that. I didn't go out acting crazy. What I did was I wore a message shirt. And I went publicly in stores all around my town with the shirt, do all things in love. And I walked to people who looked like me, and I walked to people who did not look like me. And every person that did not look like me or look like me, I smiled at them, and I let them see my shirt. And I kid you not, every person that was white, black, mixed up, everybody, they was like, thank you. Thank you. People were shaking my hands and all that. And I was like, when they looked at upset, mad, angry, disgruntled, I was like, do all things in love. If you do all things in love, we wouldn't have these problems. It wouldn't matter your education, your background, the color of your skin, your political stand. Even if your side don't win, you will still be respectful. It wouldn't be the situation. Yeah, you might be upset, but who won is who won. You just have to deal with it. We all have to deal with it. Like, so we shouldn't make our lives so unraveled that you feel like you're unsafe to go to the grocery store. Right? And I saw people just mad and arguing and fussing and doing all this. And I said, you know what? I'm going to wear my message shirts. So do all things in love. No scripture. Now we know it's a scripture, but it's a message. Do all things in love. And that's what I did. Every person that read that shirt, and I smiled at them. Some of them shook my hand, some of them hugged me, and some of them, nodded like, thank you. Because a lot of these problems is because we don't love. You can love a person you don't know. You can love a person that you don't know. You can. Because I do. I love all of you. I don't have to know you. I pray for you. You might not even want me to pray for you, but I pray for everybody that has touched my life in a positive, productive way. And sometimes I pray for people who are negative because I know that they're negative for a reason. Something happened to make them so negative. And I don't like people being negative because I'm like, they're hurting. Every negative word, every negative thing they say, they're crying for help. Because usually people are just don't come out being mean and evil and disgruntled. It's something that triggered them to be that way. But normally we don't take the time to look at it because we're like, this person don't even, So do all things with love. And so let's see. We have Makia. I think that's Swifty said, I love your energy. Thank you. Listen, these liquid IV, it helped me because I am literally drained. But I do get filled up when I'm sharing a word with all of you. I do get filled up because I generally just want to help. I generally just want people to understand the power of their words, understand the power that they have in them in order to change their life, to understand that their current situation is just a situation. We give negative situations permanent residence in our mind, hearts, and body. And then it does different things. It can make you sick. It can it can keep you in that situation longer than you're supposed to be in it because you're wallowing in it. And you don't realize that it's just a situation. And the longer you give that situation your energy, your time, your focus, you're going to stay in it longer. If you're in it, you stay in it long enough to get the solution to move yourself out of it. And sometimes you got to move yourself out of people situations, job situations, relationships. You got to figure it out. And everybody thinks it's a little bit different. Anonymous, I'm talking about feeling drained. I'm talking about being honest and transparent, being authentic, sharing some of my life experiences, things that I have learned, sharing like these lives that I do that like this, that's not my show. I pretty much have random conversations. I talk about different things that's on my mind at the time, or sometimes you guys say something that triggers something in me, and then I just let God lead me on what I need to say at that time, right? And so we kind of like jump around the topic. We were talking about the healing springs in the beginning. And now we're talking about personal development. We're talking about everything. We're talking about everything. So that when you see me live, I pretty much, sometimes I talk about entrepreneurship, sometimes I talk about life, sometimes I talk about personal experiences. But the thing is, the root of it is that I do not want you guys to give up. I don't want you to give up, okay? Tanya said, thank you, Shay Shay. Yeah, Shay Shay has been amazing today. Thank you, Shay Shay, for subscribing. Thank you, Tanya, for commenting. And thank you, everyone who is on this live right now, who are positive, who are talking to each other. Joey and the clone said, God Healing Springs. You mean, I can't say that. You know, sometimes my Southern twang would not allow me to say some of these words because I'm all twisted up on some of these words now. Y'all be done had my voice on and be tracking my voice, messing these words up. Have my voice going viral because I will mess up a word. You hear me? I don't know specifically about that place. I just know about Blackville, South Carolina, but Shay Shay, she alerted us to Georgia, that Georgia actually have God healing waters as well. Now, I don't know if they call it that, but that's what we call it over here in South Carolina. And she was telling us how they have to pay and they have a one jug minimum. And I was telling her over here, we don't have any minimum. You can fill up how many you want to fill up. There's no limit. All right. And I was telling her how I felt, or telling all of you how I felt, that if someone, the person who actually willed this land, that owned the land, they willed it to God so that it could be free, the water could be free. So I said I felt like people shouldn't be charging for this water in Blackville, South Carolina, since the man went through such extremes to make sure that it's free to everyone. And I was saying how my personal reservations was that, me personally, I feel like we shouldn't charge for that. But, you know, everybody do however, what they conscience allow them to do. My conscience would not allow me, once I heard the man's story, to charge for the water when I got it for free. And the man went at such lengths so that it will be free. And I'm like, I feel like that just something bad that you shouldn't touch. You should be like, okay, I got it free, and I'm going to give it to everybody else for free if I choose to give it to somebody else. But that's just me. Now, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's wrong for me and my principles. But somebody else and their morals and their principles are maybe different. I'm not judging them. I'm just saying I just couldn't do it. It would make me lose sleep at night. I'm like, and I'd be worried about how God gonna look at me later on, be like, girl, now you know you could have been making money off them gifts I gave you. Why is you selling that water? All this stuff that you could do. I done gave you the gift of gab, the gift of public speaking, the gift of being an author and an educator, a podcaster, a TV producer, a community leader, a model, a brand ambassador, and you mean to tell me, Tina, that you're taking a water that supposed to be for free and you is making a profit? No, see, I ain't trying to be in front of God at that time and be like, yeah, I did that. That ain't something to do. So that's just me. I'm like, that's just something I can't do. Especially when it's, I mean, the thing's called God Healing Springs. I'm like, I ain't selling that. I just tell everybody that I know about it that it's free where we go. I had no idea that it was so many multiple pockets of it. So thank you, Shay Shay, for sharing, but they do have a 1 jar minimum. So if you need more than 1 jar, and you ain't got no money, you don't got enough money to get you to the gas to get you there, you might want to go to Blackville, South Carolina. Okay. Masson plays name a car for an edit. Name a car for an edit? I don't know. Something that is reliable that everyday people can afford. Well, I'm not gonna say afford, but I like a Durango. To be specific, I like the 2024 Durango Extended. Whoo! I rode in one. That Dodge Durango, baby. And you know, normally Dodge Durangos are terrible on gas. This Dodge Durango was excellent on gas because it has this feature when you stop, the car turns off. So it saves on the gas. And it's spacious. The seats massage you and everything. Because we had to travel to an event. And with the event that came with them paying for me to speak, paying for me to podcast, and they also pay for my travel, food for myself and my staff. The Durango came with the package. So we didn't even have to use our vehicle. They purchased it, right? So, honey, that rental, Durango was everything. I even Googled to find out how much that Durango cost, brand new. It was $100,000. And y'all know I'm a penny pincher. So I was like, I like it, but not that much. Like $100,000 for a car? A Jeep? I said, it was nice. But I was like, these buns can't get used to that because I know I'm going to go back to my Honda. I'm going to go on back to my Chevrolet. I'm going to go on back to my Ford, you know, because I'm like, $100,000. $100,000 for a vehicle, you know, I'm a little penny pincher. I'm like, shoot, I can buy me a house with land with that. Like, no, that's just me. You know, if you was on that other live yesterday or the day before yesterday, y'all know how I am about wasting money. Or things that I feel like is wasteful. So I'm like, $100,000. This how much this cost? I'm like, damn. 100,000. I was like, look like these buns is not getting used to setting her buns up in here. Cause $100K for a vehicle. I don't care how up on the level I get. I just don't see that. Cause I mean, I could literally buy a house with land. And in some cases, you can buy more than one house if you go in certain areas where real estate is not that expensive. Like, you might even wind up finding you a duplex unit home, a multifamily home. And then you can rent that out and pay for it cash. You can buy you a commercial property and rent it out and make it a business for $100K with the land. I'm like, I said, no, I appreciate them purchasing all this nice stuff just to make sure that our staff and myself with my bodyguard that we're comfortable, because it was the bomb.com, honey. It was nice, hunty. It was everything. But hunty, Tina, forget the DR, Dr. Tina. Forget coaching. Tina from South Carolina, small dirt road, grew up on a dirt road. And even lived in the projects for a while. Spend $100K on a car? Just because you can, that don't mean you should. I'm like, Now, when I travel and they're paying for the vehicles and stuff, when I don't have to drive my own vehicle, I recommend. That's the vehicle that I tell them I want. I'm like, yes, we want a Durango 2024, fully loaded, sunroof, automatic, everything, the seats, a massage, coffee warmers, self-cooler in the vehicle, full range television. Yeah. When I'm traveling, they like, okay, this is what's your, what vehicle you want? I be like, Durango 2024, baby. But other than that, I be like, Tina ain't buying it. Like, yeah, I can get it, but I ain't paying that kind of money to ride in something. If I'm paying that kind of money, I'm living in it. I'm just, I'll be watching my coin and be watching my pennies, because that's just too much. 100K. Joey said, I got you. So yes, I love a Durango 2024 Dodge Durango, and I like it in black. Yes, it has to be black with the black tinted windows, with the chrome around it, with the factory rims. Oh, that's what we had. It was the bomb. Oh, it was so nice. It was nice. Joey said my friend Nicole did the same. I don't know. I think you guys are having a conversation within a conversation, which I love. Shay Shay said, love y'all. Gotta log into work. Hope everyone have a blessed day. Thank you, Shay Shay. You too, love. Have a great day. What's good from Miami? Liberty City. What's good with you? What's up with you? It's good over here in South Carolina. Can you get a shout out? Yes, you can. I can't say it. I'm just going to call you APRYL, because I don't know how to pronounce all them letters together, okay? What y'all going to learn about me, I'm going to be honest. If I can't say your name sometime, I'll try it. But some I won't even touch, because I said, I know I'm going to jack that up. Like, I'm going to jack it up. Toby said, I really like the way you think. I thought that might be April. Another way to say April. Said, thank you. Linda said, hey, Linda. Lewis said, hey, pretty lady. How are you doing? Great advice, wisdom. Thanks for sharing blessings. Oh, thank you for being here and being so positive. I wish I could stop dreaming. Red Hunter said, listen, before you go to sleep, and I didn't know that this was true. I heard a guy, the older guy. He's a renowned speaker. I didn't know he was a renowned speaker, but when I Googled him, I found out that he's been doing this for a long time, about 50 years. And if I can remember his name, I'll go back and see, can I put it out there? But he said, in order to control your dreams, because I didn't know you can control them. Who would have thought? He said, normally a person dreams about the last thing that they were thinking about or doing before they went to sleep. So whatever that you was doing that was real strong on your mind the last couple of hours before you actually went to sleep, that's usually what you dream about. And what happens in your mind is that whatever the last thing that was really hard on your mind that you were thinking about, when you go to sleep, your subconscious go at work to try to solve that problem. So if you're scrolling and watching negative stuff, watching scary stuff that you don't supposed to be watching, sometimes people have nightmares, right? But if you have a nightmare, what is it? What were you doing? What were you thinking about? What were you watching? What were you listening to before you went to sleep? So I tested that theory. So before I went to bed, I thought about what I wanted to have, what I wanted to materialize, what I wanted to change, how I visualized I had a problem. And I visualized myself solving the problem, finding the person that I can hire to do this and that could really do what I need them to do without me having to train them on how to do it first, right? And then I was like, okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. How am I going to strategize this? I didn't know how, but I visualized myself reaching the solution to this problem that was bothering me through the day, this situation, which I knew was temporary. I kid you not. I woke up 4:44 a.m., turned on the phone, and saw 2 videos that came up in my recommendations for YouTube that answered and showed me exactly what I need to do to solve that problem. So when it happened, I was like, that man was right. Because literally before I went to sleep, I mapped it out. I'm going to solve this problem. Direct me to the people, the source, or whatever it is that I need in order to solve this problem. And I saw myself reaching, feeling the happiness, the joy of solving this problem that was making me like, dog, I need to solve this problem, right? And literally woke up 4:44 a.m., turned on my phone. The two things that I needed to help in, it was the video that actually showed me exactly step by step by step on how to solve the problem. Those problems. So it was just temporary. Like I said, the situation is temporary. Yeah, CTR said dreams are blueprints for different paths. Well, A. Hamilton said, hey, a girl on a game last night told me that my skin was nasty, that I was nasty dark skin. Well, Hamilton, do not listen to her. That is a her problem. Okay? And so some people, they say stuff about me. You know, I don't have perfectly straight teeth. I don't, I wear glasses. I have natural bags up under my eyes, Like, it's different things about me that people say, oh, my lips match my face. Why your lips like that? What, see, match my face, right? Little ears. People have things that they say about you because they not more than likely they feel insecure about themselves in some way. And so in order to make them feel some type of better about themselves, they tend to say stuff about you to deflect from them on how they feel. And so try not to hold that what people say, because you have beautiful skin. The very thing that people use to say negative about you is the very thing that people think is handsome or beautiful about you. Okay? Like because my teeth are not perfectly straight, I'd be like, I don't have a pretty smile, because I feel like people who have a perfect straight teeth, their smiles are gorgeous. Well, guess what? And then I have had some people when I was smaller saying something about it, and literally people compliment me all the time about my smile. Telling me, you have a beautiful, warm smile, very inviting. So don't let negative people get to you. Don't let negative people get to you. Okay? And get comfortable with the skin that you're in. Get comfortable with the person that you are. The flaws, the kink, whatever you feel like, whoever you are. Get used to love. It sounds like you need to go on a love journey with yourself. It took me 3 years. 3 years to go on the path of self-discovery of myself, who is Tina, before I have this confidence that I have now. It took me 3 years to get to this point. And some people, they say it happens overnight. And if it did happen for you overnight, well, more power to you. Kudos to you, because, honey, I don't know how you unlocked all that trauma and baggage, if you have some. It took me 3 years to unmask and unload all that trauma and low self-worth and all this stuff that I felt about myself, that I was telling myself I wasn't worthy, good enough. I need to have everything perfect, have everything figured out before I can go from point A to point B. I had to have a certain amount of money in order to move in the beginning. Like, literally, I would tell myself that stuff because I would see the stuff on social media, and everybody who do what I do, they look like they had it all together, right? And I was like, oh, I gotta look like that. I have to speak like that. Like, you go back on videos that I did like 10, 13 years ago, you will notice that I spoke very differently. I made myself speak like, hello, how are you today? I am Coach Tina Ramsey, or I am Tina Ramsey, and I am here to help you escalate the process of exceptionally growing within a short period of time. Like, I was very mechanical, very unauthentic, because I felt like the way that I naturally speak, like I'm speaking to you now, dumbed me down. I felt like, because when I look at media, when they always portraying someone from the South, They was like the Beverly Hillbillies. People was laughing at them. People were calling them like, no, country Bama, country bunking. They didn't look at them as smart and looked at them as somebody to laugh at, comedy or whatever. And so I felt like in order for me to be successful, in order for me to succeed, in order for people to take me seriously, I had to fit that corporate way of speaking. I call it like a news anchor. Hello, and this is the 6 o'clock news, and today, da da da. Like I had to lose all the essence of who I really was, right? And so I felt like that's what I had to do. So when you go back to on my previous videos, that was a very unconfident, unsecure person who did not understand her worth, her value, did not appreciate my uniqueness that God gave me, because I felt like I was never good enough in my own skin, in who I was as a person, without fitting into what I classify as the acceptable, politically right mode of speaking, looking, saying, blah, 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 right? And so when I went on this self-love journey of really finding out why I did that, and also start loving myself and being confident within myself, I tell people, the essence and the beauty of Tina is that I have this country twang, and sometimes my words go all the way around the corner and back again, but that's what makes the beauty of Tina, right? And if you don't like the way I look, sound, express myself, because I'm very expressive by nature. My husband tells me every day that I am a walking television show because I make people laugh, but also I can make you think at the same time. I'm easy to tell people I'm not changing. The only way I change, if God say, Tina, you need to change this, then I listen to him. But other than that, I'm not changing. She has amassed $1 billion in sales. And being that I'm multi-talented, multifaceted, I had a problem with narrowing down what I was going to do too. I only do 2 things now. And I used to do 10, 20 things, right? Because I'm good at so many different things, because I'm multi-talented just like you. And if you're doing all those things, you'll never be exceptional at any 1 or 2 things. Okay. So the woman who sold $1 billion worth of sales on products and services, she told me to focus on what brings me the money. And I never operated like that. I used to focus on what made the biggest impact, even if the money didn't match it, right? So she said, what is it that you're good at that you can see when you look at your numbers that can actually help pay for your mortgage, actually help pay for your mortgage, take care of your family, take care of your business, that bring in some sort of income. Now that income can be $1, income of $1, income of $10. It don't have to be a lot of money, but what is it out of all the things that you do that you can look at and see within the last 60 days that you made something from? Whatever that is, then you focus on that. Since you're so confused on what you need to focus on, because you have so many talents, so many skills, so many abilities, you need to shift it to what brings in the capital, what brings in the mucho dinero, and whether it's big or small. And so it was podcasting. People pay me for sponsorships. People pay me to speak about their brand. People pay to come on my show. People pay for commercial spots. People pay me to be their brand ambassador, to be their walking billboard, right? I even get free stuff. I get paid plus free stuff, get kicked out, all kind of different stuff, right? And so I focused on the podcasting side. She was my mentor at the time. I kid you not. It was one of the best pieces of advice that I ever got, because within that, I was about it as well. And I was able to, that wasn't making money, but now that I have to be able to continue to do my community work for free. Because even though people are getting my services or certain things that I do for free, it's not free to me. It's not free to my business. It's not free to my employees or my independent contractors. I still have to pay them dollars in sales. And that was the advice that she gave me. And it worked. Mine is unscripted conversations. And then I read the comments and include you guys in it. Someone said, what if you feel like you didn't fulfill your purpose and maybe it's too late? Let me tell you something. Stop putting an expiration date on your gifts. We do that. Who told you it's an expiration date? It's an expiration on dreams. You put the expiration on your dreams. You put the You put the expiration on the expectation of the time frame that you need in order to fulfill your purpose. You did that. Give yourself grace. It may take you 10 years to outwork the inner workings of your purpose. See, people, because we get information so quickly, and be true to yourself. Period. Be true, and so eventually you're going to make $100. You're going to make $1,000. And then eventually you can go to $100,000. Okay? But the first thing is that you got to be honest. You got to be honest. You got to be honest. That you got to be honest. You got to be honest. You got to be honest with yourself. Honest with yourself. Okay? Be honest. When I start being, okay? Be honest. When I start being honest and acting like you got everything, if you accomplish, but I'm not everywhere where I would like to be. I am still in bad decisions. Okay? That cost me a good coin. And I didn't bounce back so quickly as I thought I was going to bounce back. But I'm still here. 6 figures in 3 years. There's something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. You will. Maybe you just didn't have the right financial advisor, or you don't have a financial advisor. Maybe you just didn't know how to maybe you just didn't know how to manage your money well. Maybe you have to manage your money well. Maybe you have the wrong business plan, or you don't have a business plan written out. You're kind of operating your business from the seat of your pants. It's figures, right? And with that 6 figure, every bracket, if you are making you go to 6, 7, all of them have their equal amount of situations that you're going to go through where you're going to fail more than you succeed. Let me say that again. You're going to fail more than you succeed. And the more comfortable you get with failing, and failing don't mean that you are a loser, that you're weak. Failing means that you made a mistake, you bounce back. You learn more from failing at something or something not working out than you do from information that you would not have if you hadn't went through that situation. And it makes you a stronger person. It makes you a stronger entrepreneur. So I don't want people think that if you truth be told, with people who are authors, I was in a lot of books and I did not make a lot of income from being an author in books until later on in life. That book right there. The Power of Podcasting. That is not only my best-selling book, that is the highest paid selling book. But it took me a long time. But I understood what the other books was really meant for me to do. It was meant to give me influence, credibility, for people to get to know my business and brand. And truth be told, I did not put a lot of effort in selling those books. Posting mass wealth around other stuff. And so people, I heard, because I want people to stop going out here with these fantasies about what entrepreneurship is. It is hard. It is hard. And when you are a true entrepreneur, you have to prepare for the seasons or season when you don't make as much money as you made the prior years or the prior things, because eons of money. But you still have to go on, and with your business, not as many clients coming through. Some clients may say, hey, I'm going through a financial problem right now. I cannot afford the membership or the services right here. That people start cutting down subscriptions, smart business owners and entrepreneurs prepare for, people be acting like they hit all these numbers every single month. That's not true. That's not realistic for the average person. Down 10, 50K a month. 10, 50K a month. But they ain't tell you that's not all the time the case. Every month. So you go out there and quit your whole job, and then you upset. I'm seeing so many people that's doing that. And so that's why I'm being honest with you guys. 12 hours in a day you're working. Work for somebody else to sustain your family, your life, the bills, or whatever it is that you don't Netflix and chill. You come home and you work on your business. Because eventually what's going to happen is that it will eventually become the equalizer. But don't you drop your job. That's your security for a moment. Don't you drop. As I said, go ahead do it. I'm like, don't you do it. No. You keep that somebody else to keep that security. And then you work on your passion when you have a solid plan, a call to action to transition from just being a main working employee to being an employer. When it makes sense, when you got a plan of action along with capital saved up to support yourself for a year or 2 or 3, when you quit your job, then you do it. Now, you got people out here that's encouraging people to do it cold turkey. And it not mean that you have a lack of faith. Like, don't quit your job, because entrepreneurship have peaks and valleys. And right now you're on the peak. You're feeling good because you're making good money with your entrepreneurship and you're making good money with your job. But your business will go in the valley because it's seasonal. It's different stuff that you do, right? And so while your business is, that's real life. That's real entrepreneurship. That's the entrepreneur lifestyle. And that is what the Tina Ramy Show and Podcast is about. September the 5th for season 11. Talking about the real. Not that fantasy stuff that we seeing on social media now. The real. Okay? That is what the Tina Ramy Show. So make sure you not only subscribe, like this video, and comment, but make sure that you go over to the Tina Ramy Show YouTube channel, share, and we want you guys to go and support their YouTube channel because they have good information out as well. I did not mean to talk this long, but you guys, y'all feel me. So I'm sorry about that. It's part of CTR by being your amazingly podcasting shows for free. But if you want to see the whole entourage of all of our podcasting shows for casting shows, along with some amazing small 24/7, 7 days a week, baby, we got commercials running. I mean, it's regular TV. You just can watch it from your cell phone, your iPod, your iPad, your Kindle Fire, your desktop, your cell phone for absolutely free. Let us know what type of I'm not their brand ambassador yet, but I'm going to speak it into existence. We get your God healing water. Shay told us all about have to bring your own bottles and jars. Blackville, Shay said that you have a 1 jar minimum over there in Atlanta. Well, I don't know if it's Atlanta, but she said Georgia. Oh, the comments just popped up. So let me go ahead and comments because they went on. Issues are permanent. It's a mindset. So say, for example, and I guess that can be true if you look at it from a different perspective. So I'm giving you my perspective, gamer. I look at any situation, then I'm like health issues that you may have to deal with for the rest of your life. So they tell you, we're not going to get into health because literally looking at it as being a temporary situation, your mind, you respond and you react to if it's a permanent situation in your case. Now, I choose in my life to look at all situations, and by me shifting my mind like that, I have noticed that things that could have been permanent or could have been very unique, that may be that case. So I do feel that you're right in that instance, gamer. But I do feel for the most part, we have control over that part, right? And so, but it's all about the mind. Up next, what Lamar said, just want to stop by and say hi. Hey, Lamar. Ethan said, I have such an amazing voice. Thank you, Ethan. Happy to hear it. If you replay this video, you will know that I did not always like my voice. I felt like it wasn't a good service. It did a disservice to me. But after going on my self-healing journey, it took me 3 years to figure out who I was, because I lost myself within all the community work and activities that I do for everyone else, bringing love and right. And so if you watch the beginning of this video, you will see where I kind of like break down how I lost myself, got a little emotional. And so, yeah. So I break that down for you in some way. So we got It's 89 Morse. If I said it right, God bless you. Thank you, love. Yay, we got 24 likes. Thank you. Say, what's the white thing wrapped around your head? It's actually silver. It's a headband. Because truth be told, I ain't feel like doing my hair up to like I just did a little bit. I took and put some water on it and all of that. And I was like, you know what? I do not feel like detangling from the root. Look how thick that stuff is. Like it, but I want to come on because I miss. I would say polished, and then I would say regular. Like now, no makeup, you know. And so anybody that wake up every single day, no matter if they are an influencer or a public figure that wear makeup and all that stuff 24/7. Back, it said, "Can I wear pink on July 31st for Aubrey Wyatt?" I can't say that word. Um, uh, she said that she unalived herself over bullying. If I remember, I will wear pink. And I have a nonprofit organization that I volunteer in, and they actually have a pink shirt. So if I remember on July 31st, Cashleen, I will wear it. Okay. It will not just be a plain pink shirt, it will be a branded pink shirt. I actually uh volunteer for a nonprofit organization that helps. I remember. But if I don't, then if you are on the live and it's the 31st and you were like, I thought you was gonna wear pink, then I'll just leave the camera and go put on the pink shirt for you, okay? I'm not doing it in front of the camera because that's a little too much eye candy. But I would go and put it on because, you know, I'm be honest, I will forget if it's not on my schedule. If it's not on my schedule, I forget. So if I remember, I would definitely do that for you, love, because I have a best friend that we lost in that way. Yeah. And it took me 26 years before I had the courage to speak about it and to kind of sweep it up on the rug like it didn't happen. And so I was left in a situation where I had all these different type of feelings. We lost him, right? And so hindsight wasn't polished. I cried. It was just because I finally was able to speak Robert's name and be able to let that go, because I had no idea that I was still holding on to what I went through 16 when we lost him. And I think God just had me go there because he wanted me to heal from him, because I told you I'm still on about it. We just didn't talk about it. We kind of act like all the older people was acting like it didn't happen the way it happened. They would never talk about it. So I had to deal with that. I would have said this. What if I would have said that? Would that have changed the situation? I mean, who knows, right? You shouldn't go into the what if, but I'm not going to tell no lie. I did go into what if, you know, and that's something that you shouldn't do because it will run you into depression. And so I was like, what if, right? Because I miss Robert to this day. And so this is the first time that I actually mentioned his name and I'm not crying. And it took me 26 years to say his name. That's a side of my life. Nobody to release that. And I didn't know that it was still holding me back in some way, because you lose your childhood friend such a way like that. And it never happened to you before. And then you keep replaying it back and forth in your mind over and over and over again. And you be like, was that what he was trying to tell me? But I just didn't get it, you know? So, and see, I'm that girl that I have girlfriends, but I'm really close. Let me say. And because I was always the girl that would be great guys and men that surround me, that was positive, that was nurturing, that was just really good guys. And so when I hear women or young girls that talk about guys in such a negative way, not being around great women and great young girls and great women, I'm talking about men and young guys that are respectful, that are not trying to, you know, get with you. They look at you as a sister. They will take care of you. They will go, you need them, they drop everything, right? And I have been very fortunate. So when I hear women and young girls like bash of men just because of a couple bad seeds, just like men who bash women for a couple of bad seeds, I be like, that's your whole perspective of the whole entire male race, that they're no good. I'm like, that's not true. That's a blanket statement. That's not true, because for my life, I have been fortunate to be around some great guys and young men, right? So, and I feel like I have been fortunate to be around both sides, men and women. But I just see that men and young boys tend to get the worst end of the stick, so to speak, because of a few bad apples, right? Good men that's out there, a lot of good, they're rich in wisdom, they're rich in values and morals and ethics. And I think that holds more value than any dollar amount. And so we get so caught up in what we start not looking at the pockets all the time. I'm not saying being with somebody that can't help you, but if you stop looking at eventually they start making the money, but it takes them a little bit more time because they're such a good person. And sad to say, sometimes good people don't excel quick as a person way, not the wrong way. So I be like, don't be putting all men in that bucket with the no good ones. I mean, it women out here that ain't no good too. You can find good and bad in every sex. So I'm like, that just have not been my experience. And so I'm a little different, I'm a little different. I actually like her. Like, I had the opportunity to be a part of the media groups that went in to interview Tisha Campbell, not Tisha, Tashina Arnold, Cedric the Entertainer for the Super Bowl. So you can go back and you can see that for the Super Bowl. And her, Tashina Arnold, and Cedric the Entertainer was the anniversary. Well, CTR Media Network was one of the media entities. We wasn't the only one. We can get into a virtual room and be able to talk to them and stuff like that, and be them, and to be able to sit down. Oh my gosh, some other people too, and to be able to hear them. Oh my gosh, them outside of being a character. It was good seeing them on a with me, but communicating with each other. I love when we as a community we like, this person don't have no problems, or this person had an easy street. They was born with a silver spoon in mouth. I lived in the projects growing up. My grandparents lived on the dirt roads. I was with my grandma a lot of the time. We lived in the country. We had to grow our own fruits and vegetables and farm, right? I know what an outhouse is. My great grandmother did not have a regular toilet in her house. They had an outhouse. We had to pump water in the well. And then to go from that to live in the projects but if you didn't have running water, well, we had running water. They had a sink, but they didn't have a bathroom, had an outhouse. And then the well was outside, had a farm, all that stuff like that. Had lights, but some of the other conveniences that we had, my great-grandparents, I had the honor to meet them. They didn't have that. And so to go from that and then to go to the projects where everything is inside, the toilet, the water, everything, right? That was a step up for us. We was like, yay! Then we realized people look down on the project. Like, wait, hold up. They do? Okay. And then to go from getting out the projects to buying your own mobile home. Yeah, I used to live in a mobile home growing up. Because we live in and then going from that to living in a house. Because we went from a home, but we wanted home ownership, but we couldn't afford a house. So we could afford a mobile home. It was a nice mobile home. That's why I say I don't go into a mobile home and then a brick home. It was levels to that. And so that's why when I speak to you guys, I'm like, honey, I wasn't always this way. I came from very humble beginnings. And I'm grateful. And everybody is not equipped to be an entrepreneur because it is hard. But figure out where you fit in and find joy in whatever it is that you do. On that note, you guys, y'all have been with me a long time. We're about to go into the 2 hours or longer. Thank you for the 24 likes. We made it. Make sure to hit that like. That's what they say. Like, notification bell. We like really working to pull in some different businesses to do different things so we can start giving stuff out to the people who are subscribing and being positive and stuff like that, and do like I need to get a wheel or something so I can like roll it. And then you guys can see who won, right? And then ridiculous. So we'll have to find, if the international person win, we will have to figure out something else. We might just send you an Amazon digital gift card, okay? Because I think those are transferable. It's ridiculous. So within the United States, but not Hawaii and Alaska, and no international physical stuff shipped out, but we'll switch if someone win that's international. We'll do something that's digital that you guys can win, hopefully a digital gift card or something like that. But anywho, on that note, you guys have a great, amazing rest of the day. Make sure to get your liquid IV.